Hello and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading, which is on what is your karma for your most dastardly enemies. Dastardly, yeah, that's the right word. What is the karma for your most dastardly enemies? Or enemy. So we've got pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Pile number 1 is sort of a off-color brownish stone, a black shiny stone, a small blue stone, and pile number 4, pink stone and a gray stone. So you can see all that and see what draws you to them. And let's get started. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And let us get started. The camera's rolling and yes, let's get started with pile number 1. Alright, pile number 1. What is the karma for your most dastardly of enemies? So when I hear dastardly, this could be somebody who's very, very annoying to evil. So the word dastardly came to mind. I don't know why, because sometimes the most annoying things can be minute, but interest can be they can be like a combination of a whole bunch of things, but they can also be small things as well too, but a very big thing or a lot of small things that add up, if that makes any sense. But that's the word I came up with, is dastardly. And that seemed to encompass all the elements of what that can entail for this reading at least. So let's get started. Pile number 1. So 3 of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. So movement. Something about this person wants movement, but they only feel dull. They want some sort of movement. But I'm hearing that something about what they did created their own prison. And I'm hearing that I'll have to dig a bit deeper to get exactly what that means, because movement, we've got, like, these are very opposing cards. They're both Knight cards, but one is about emotions and one is about attacking. So let's see, what does that mean? I'm hearing 3 or 4 from the bottom. So enemy and pleasure seekers. So this person almost sought pleasure at other people's. That's what I hear. This person it's like I'm seeing this image of this line. And then this person almost seeks pleasure at other people's expense, right? So this is almost like this person, interesting, and I'm drawn to this person's dress right here, right? They've got a very luxurious dress. They've got a child. This person wanted the they wanted the best fortune. They wanted the best that money had to offer, but they went under the line of integrity, and because of that, I'm hearing that this person, unless this person learns true integrity, they're going to have a joyless existence. Yeah, something about this person, I'm hearing they're either very, very, very unintegrous, or I'm seeing this image of a line and they just kind of go underneath the line of integrity, right? And Malik, they're the type that would say they're sick in order to get a sick day, which, it's just this person seems to be very unethical, but it's almost like their weight of their total unethical actions sinks the ship that's their entire life. I'm hearing unethical. Too much unethical. And I'm hearing that this person, they feel very hopeless, but they almost feel close to death. They almost feel close to death because I'm just hearing something about this person's lack of integrity this is what I'm hearing. Lack of integrity is who they are. And I'm hearing that people, it's interesting, I'm hearing something that people get about 3 chances. Yeah, I'm hearing 3 chances, and if they don't correct their ways, interesting, this is they don't correct their ways, they basically I'm hearing humans are allowed to make mistakes, but when they act in such a way that they don't correct their mistakes, and when they seem sort of hell bound on a particular way of being over and over. Like if you correct, just say somebody's really angry. They're not saying this. That's not saying that this is this person's. It doesn't feel like this is this person's issue. Not to say, like it could be, but look, if they say somebody's angry and they go ballistic, and they, for example, they throw something, they break it, or just say they slap their significant other or something. They do something bad, but they recognize it was wrong, and they correct it the next time. And the next time they get angry, they go to a support group, or they call a crisis line, and they stop themselves from doing the same thing, right? Or they trigger warning. They hit their own, whoever, right? So, and then they basically, but then they recognize the next time, oh, okay, what I'm going with is this is not this person's way of being. They don't correct their actions. Their way of being. I'm hearing that this person, it's a very severe karma. They've actually had they no longer have guidance and protection from the angelic realm, because they've become so unintegrous. Because they've become so unintegrous, and it's become such a way of their personality without any self-correction. What this person did, it had no self-correction and did no, I'm hearing whether this person is really, really integrous, really unintegrous, or I'm seeing an image of a line. They've just kind of gone a little bit underneath the line. It's set of integrity a little bit, right? And I'm not talking just this person, how they've been has been so an ingrained part of their character, right? It's become ingrained in part of their character. Just say, I'm hearing, for example, if a child, it sounds really funny, but if a child steals a cookie from a cookie jar, and then they feel remorse, and then they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I just really wanted that cookie, and I know I have issues with really liking cookies, and I should give some to my sons. That was selfish or whatever. Then that person, they're correcting themselves, right? They may, maybe they might do something like giving cookies to the homeless or something to correct themselves. But I'm hearing this person, they're very arrogant, and they know what they did to you, they continue to do other people at either the micro or the macro level. A small level, which is very small tendrils over and over and over again, or at the micro level. I'm hearing whether it is, if it's the micro, it feels like all these little bits that they do over and over, or even if it's the big level, it's like a steadiness to it. There's a steadiness to it, and because of this, they've gone over. They don't have shield themselves. They have to. I'm hearing they have to shield themselves because they don't have protection anymore. They don't have protection, and it's almost like when I see sense of humor, it's like this person really tries to put on a front. This person really, I'm hearing this is a real front. Either they're trying to appear very innocent, but they put on a front. They put on a front, and they don't. I'm hearing they may be kind of involved with religion, but it's the wrong way of looking at it. And they're one of these. If they're involved with a religion, they're very much a heavy religious hypocrite. They'll go to the temple on Sunday, whatever religion they are. It's not important what religion they are. But they don't take any of the tenets seriously. If they're in a religion, they're a religious or even a spiritual hypocrite, where they do something and then they do something to get ahead, and they essentially I'm hearing that they think that this situation is resolved with you and what they've done to other people, and it's far from resolved. It's far from resolved. It's far from resolved, and it's not resolved in the least. And this person, so they're just going to continue on, and I think that's why that's the gray stone right here. It's because it's like they're kind of continuing on in the state where their behavior is not being addressed. And in most cases, they're continuing on the behavior. And because of that, they're stuck in a limbo where they can't get out of it because of their lack of integrity. I'm hearing their lack of integrity, plus their religious, spiritual hypocriticism, like going to church and then basically, and it's had a human cost. I'm hearing that how they've treated people has a human cost, and basically, and because of that, they've made people feel that I'm hearing they've made people feel defensive and untrusting. They've made people feel defensive and untrusting because of that, because of how I'm hearing their lack of integrity, how it's affected people it could affect people on the financial level, but it's more on the spiritual level. It's more on the spiritual level because of how they've made people feel. It's not just, for example, just say you cheat on your taxes a little bit, right? And I think a lot of people do something like that, right? Like, for example, if you're a waitress, maybe, I don't know, I've never been a waitress, but, apparently they kind of they put some taxes under the table and stuff, right? Like a lot of, but this is what it's not what this person said. I'm not talking about that, because in a way, if you do that, it's kind of a victimless crime in my estimate. Something like tax, a waitress that kind of pocket some change or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a lack of integrity that's affected other people emotionally, what's affected their emotional well-being. Their lack of integrity has affected other people's emotional well-being and made people feel unsafe and insecure. So for them, they will feel that way, unsafe and insecure, and not being able to figure out why, destroy, and not feeling why. It's like they've eaten away at the structures of other people, so their structures of safety will be destroyed or constantly unsafe. And laughter, and I keep on, and it's funny because I saw the word laughter before when it's called. So this person, I'm hearing there's a big faker. They could be a woman or kind of somebody who kind of acts innocent. Like they kind of have this innocent, but they're kind of in this rotten energy. I'm hearing don't be fooled by their laughter and their pretense. Like they're very much in a habitual way of doing that does not work. And it's sort of at the bottom of their mind, they feel guilty, and it's like their guilt affects them in their dreams. Their dreams, they try and hide from it, but it affects them in their dreams. And basically they feel they feel it constantly, a victim, but they're very much as somebody who's very covetous of wealth, and because of something about the luxury, they really like luxury. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this person, they're a female, they may be a gold digger. If they're a male, they might even be a gold digger towards females as well too. Or they're willing to do stuff to compromise other people's emotional well-being in order to make them feel safe. But it's because of that, I'm hearing, because they're the devil energy, they'll constantly be stuck to the emotional devil energy. They'll almost be stuck to that energy for this lifetime, because they're not something in their brain isn't computing integrity, and because of that they're stuck in this sort of gray energy of unsafety, and something about their family too, something about their family, something about their family getting wind about what happens. Okay, I'm hearing that they may try and do something financially that comes a will or something, like changing a will or something like that. And it's basically like like, yeah, something about changing a will and then basically not getting anything, or trying to, like, if they're like a co-signer of it, they'll try and change it so they get like all of it or something, but then they'll end up with none of it or something. So this person's a very sneaky person trying to get luxury, and it will come back to bite them. Or changing, or even like if at the end of like if they're in charge of accounting, they'll try and direct money to their own account, but then they'll lose all the money from the account. Something like that. Something about their best laid plans are in vain. Their best laid plans are in vain. And they basically, because of that, they'll basically, they'll never, I'm hearing they'll never amount to this luxurious princess-like or prince-like lifestyle that they want. So that's pile number one. Okay, I think I've said enough about that. I'm hearing take peace knowing that this person is, they're not foolproof. They may pretend to, but they're not foolproof at all. So pile number two is, let's see, pile number two, the black stone. So karma for, all right, let's see. Okay, let's see. The Hanged One, the Ace of Wands, and the Moon. So interesting, the black stone. So Ace of Wands, I'm hearing that I need to get some, okay, let's see some more cards. Interesting, boredom, ugly, and erotic. So I'm hearing that this is person, boredom, ugly, and erotic. So I'm hearing that this person, they kind of, these are the cards I'm getting, boredom, ugly, and erotic. So this person, I'm hearing that this person, they torment people psychologically. Like they torment people psychologically. Whenever they feel bored, they have this need for this sort of, and I don't want to say the word erotic because it's not necessary. It could be that. I'm here. It could be something sexual, but it's more like a psychological erotic charge. And then they kind of make things ugly for people. I'm seeing this image of this hand, moving clay. They start like meddling in other people's life when they start to feel bored. And then they basically meddle. Okay, bored. We've got the Hanged One. That'll make sense. And then they try and inject some more sort of energy in their life, erotic charge or something. Even though it's not necessarily erotic, that makes sense. And they stir up people's emotions. So this is an emotional game player. I'm hearing this is very much an emotional game player. Somebody who, I'm hearing people feel like it's a slap in the face when they're done with this person. They feel like and what I'm hearing their karma is, they think that what they've done is innocuous, but it's the full measure of what they've done, because this person should know better. I'm hearing this person should know better, and it's like, basically this person, like they could be older, but it could be either that they're older. We've got two people on an old park bench, but it's sort of like they should know better, and it's just like they think that they're going to get a reprieve, and like it's like sometimes they kind of know that their behavior is over, like it's over the line, but they always find a way to excuse it. But then it's just like I'm hearing that they'll be in a hospital bed with no one. And completely like the sun. It's interesting. We've got this black stone and we've got this. It's sort of like they want to, it's like they're trying to, it's like, when somebody, they put all their stuff on someone and they're trying to really, they point out flaws in someone else, but they're trying to up-level their own life, or this person, they almost, whenever they should be focusing on themselves, like they almost play this game with themselves where they'll like start attacking other people, but they're trying to get themselves out of this rut that they don't even know that they're in, and they're basically basically they get this rut, and then they basically start something. They'll basically nasty side will come up. It's like a cycle of violence, but with words. I'm hearing, yeah, it's a cycle of violence, but with words. And then this person will just do these things and then cause chaos and then kind of go away into their lab again, and then kind of be by themselves and then come out again. But I'm hearing that this person is going friendless after having kind of sort of a posse of, yeah, look at this. I said a posse, then I pulled this up. The person is going friendless is after having kind of a group of friends for a long time. They're going friendless. Some have faded away. Some don't want to have anything to do with this person anymore. Some of people have moved away. I'm hearing that more people have sort of distanced themselves from this person they'd like to admit, but I said they're used to having a posse, and then I turned over this card. There's a group of people. You see this person on the outside. So this person, they feel like, I'm hearing people are slowly but surely getting away from it. And I'm hearing this person's, I'm hearing that there's people who've made, they made a New Year's resolution to get away from this person. They make this New Year's resolution that they have to get away from this person this year. So this person, I'm hearing that they're living in a spiritual battle of darkness, and it's sort of like they kind of interesting. They want hugs, but they go about it. They don't really know what that means. It's like they almost want affection, but they don't know how to go about it. So they just do it they do it by mischief. I'm hearing emotional mischief with words, with stuff like that. You see mischief, right? Opening up the sheep, and then all the sheep come out. But their ultimate karma for that, it's heavier for them because they should know better. Yeah, and you've got heavier, and then you've got somebody, see, they're holding someone, see those blue characters, someone holding that person to account. So I'm hearing this person will be hold to this account because dead end, they keep on making things, this person plays games with themselves. They make dead ends seems like rainbows, and they also make rainbows seem like dead ends. They're the type that would almost steer people wrong. Like if somebody has a good idea, they'd be like, oh, that's a terrible thing to do. That's a terrible thing to do. Like, why would you even think about it? Mind you, it's a good idea. Like this person could have a good idea, and then they'll just kind of make people, they kind of rain on other people's parades. Why, like very narcissistic, like bludgeoning, getting into people's faces energy, and they'll rain on other people's parades and make people feel like they need a raincoat when they're around this people. I'm hearing, yeah, several people, it's like this year I'm going to get away from this person because this person seems to get people stuck in their web with words or with even promises and manipulations sometimes, or manipulative words in some cases. In some cases, this person, but I'm hearing that this person, they've put people into this circular, twisted energy, and now they're going to put people in this energy, and it's sort of like people with water. That's interesting. Pouring water into a cup. I'm hearing that this person feels like everyone now is pouring their water into other cups, and they want to be in the center of attention. They want to be in the center of attention, but people are going their own way and pouring their water. Like, this is a very needy energy, but not in the way that you would think. Not needy. They kind of show their neediness by being very grandiose and obnoxious, but they feel like they feel it. They feel that people have gone somewhere else. Like people, I'm hearing that people want to sanitize. I've got a card I don't want to show on camera, but it's kind of an SUL image, and then you've got this one right here. It's sort of like a like cleaning up a bathroom. It's cleaning up a bathroom, and it's sort of like and this person, they basically they're figuring out that people can go along just fine without them, and they don't like that. So it sort of feels like very wounded energy that puts them in a box. Like this person is their own worst enemy, and they feel like they're in a box. But it's a very deep spiritual energy where they're very compulsed to do something, to act in a certain way. And it's not good. It's not good at all. Yeah, it's not a good thing at all. And it's like they compulsion, and they just keep on marching on, marching on, marching on to this beat, not realizing, okay, but like you're marching on to this, but now you're the only one. You're like this empty. No one else is traveling with you in this direction into this forest. They don't think it's a good idea. They're kind of looking at you. They're giving you the side eye now. They don't. And I'm hearing that this person, like, either their own kids could also not want to do. It's like this person, okay, this is what I get. They're waiting. They're in this state where they're waiting for people to call them. It could be like two kids that they're waiting. Oh, when are they going to call me? When are they going to call me? So they basically, they have this very unhealthy relationship with people where it's like waiting for someone to call me, waiting for them, for them, instead of just being within themselves. Like they have a very sick relationship to other people and a very sick relationship to life. So let's see, what are their other karma pieces? Okay, let's see. What are their other karma pieces for this person? You and your loved ones are safe. I'm hearing their loved ones no longer. I'm hearing New Year's, this person says, this year I'm going to distance myself from this person. This year I'm going to distance this person. So surprise. And then also a surprise phone call or email. Oh my goodness. I said a surprise phone call or email, and then I flipped this one over. It says letter. Yeah, a letter. And then also like, I'm hearing something, they may not be invited to a wedding that just really offends them, or some sort of celebration that like 50th birthday party, something that they would go to, and it's like this ostracization film, but I that's crazy. I said a letter, and then I flipped that, like, letter, a surprise letter, and then I flipped over, or a letter or email I got, and then I flipped over and I got letter. So they're getting, so what might this say? The person is saying, basically blaming. They're gonna get a dose of blame. What this person will not accept. But I'm hearing they will get a dose of blame from someone they thought was surely a friend. Like, but it's like, but this person feels like they just heavily arrogance vibe. Like they just keep on hitting themselves against the wall, and a very twisted spiritual energy. It's like a little bit similar to the first pile. These rocks are kind of similar, but it just feels like this person, they hit their head against the wall over and over again and just mess with people. I'm hearing F around find out is very important to this person, doctor. And it's almost like prestige. I'm hearing prestige is very important to them, and they may either lose prestige, like doctor prestige, or somebody with prestige will see through them in any way, like their prestige or social rank will fall, or they'll see that and they'll really go, yeah, something about social rank is very important to this person. It's something about being found out in something and their social rank falling, and that's very important to this person, like unbelievably important. And then like it's just like, see their social rank go away. Yeah, it's just it feels like narcissistic collapse is really what I'm getting from this. So I think that's what I get. Yeah, heavily narcissistic collapse, and just of this structure that they can't sustain anymore. They just can't sustain that anymore. Oh wait, pile number 3. We've got the 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and then the High Priestess. And let's see, the Queen of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. I'm hearing that this person wants to be seen. They want to be seen as mysterious and like special, or let's see what else. Like sort of, I'm gonna put this into words. I'm trying to get tuned to the energy of this. They want to be seen as somebody who's very victorious in all aspects of their life, like all very victorious, and they want to like come together with people in a way that they're honored and respected. Like something about that, like being honored and respected. Like, and I'm hearing this fastest, smartest, brightest person. They want to, like, you see there's somebody racing in a competition, and then there's a flag here. They want to come together with people in a way that's on their terms. But I'm hearing that steadily their terms are not being looked at. They want to come together with people in a way that it's on their this is what I was sensing too. In a way that sort of and I picked up a card. I'm going to talk about it, and I sensed it before I picked it up, but it's sort of like they want to come to like they have very specific ways about how they want to be seen, how they want to be looked at, how they want to succeed, how they want to be in a situation to be number one or the highest regarded, but somehow they're embarrassed. Something deeply embarrassing is happening. I'm hearing this feels like a covert narcissist. I'm hearing confusion, an expert. Yeah, people are confused because this person is a world-class fake, and they fake being an expert at something, and it's like embarrassment. They will feel embarrassment as people have intense anger at them because they're confused at something that they've done and how it doesn't make sense that they would pretend. It gives me the sense of like somebody I'm not saying this is necessarily what it is, but somebody who becomes a nurse and they pretend they've had like a year, they're going through nursing school, but they somehow fudge on their license. They pretend like they're like a year and a half into nursing school, and which would be fine. They could maybe work at a place, but they say to get in a job, it's like, well, I'm a year and a half, and I'm gonna say I've got my 4 or 5 year degrees of nursing, or 4 years of I finished my degree, but they haven't really finished it. They've got 2 more years left. So they're put in this position because they lie. And then somebody gets damaged because they don't know how to they don't have the full 4 years. They've only got 2 years of nursing. But and I'm not saying it's not, I'm not saying that they're a nurse, but it's something, and then they cause, sort of their ego causes a chaos, like not only for themselves, but it causes this big blow up in a situation at work or something, and then it causes this person is just made to feel like very small, like they start feeling. And then they do this. It's almost like this happens, and then the person's like, "Oh, are you doing this because you have mental problems? Is that why you did this? Is that why?" So this person starts to feel, and the person starts being, "Oh, you have mental problems. Oh, okay." This person feels recognized in the wrong way. It's like something. This person has very strong ideas about how their ego should be recognized, how they should be recognized, and it becomes this comedy of errors because they try to be that, but then everything, Queen of People get angry at them because they completely ruin everything. So they want to be the Queen of Wands, but then the King of Wands comes along, and then so this person does things, they're very foolhardy, and they basically because of this, they have a collapse of egos that's it's very antithetical to what they want, like a very collapse. This person almost feels smug, like they think that they're doing something good, like even in the nursing example, right? Like they think, oh well, I'm getting into this nursing, I'm getting paid for nursing, but it's like they've lied and only have half their nursing degree, which they're working on. But it's like this person, they're trying to make something, oh wow, the Lovers and then the Two of Cups. It's like they want to make, they're very like two people coming together. Lovers, two people coming together. Two of Cups, two people coming together. It's like they're trying to make something to come together, but the reaction is wrong, and the kind of, and then I can see this person feeling like a victim, and then basically feeling like victimized by people's reactions when they're the ones who caused the reaction. So what else is this person's karma? What other person is this? What is this person's karma? Okay, and then almost like, all their drinking buddies are gone. Like something happens where they are exposed in some way. All their drinking buddies are gone. Oh, and then we've got the image of like I don't want to show this, but it's like an image of some. I said all their drinking buddies are gone, and then there's a picture of a woman, like a child, having breast milk, and everything. So it's like, so this image they wanted happily. They kind of want to have happy relations with people where they're recognized as number one, but now they feel like an absolute shell of what that would be, and they kind of want to move to a desert island. That's what I get. They kind of want to move to a desert island because of this F up that they've done. And let's see the other cards too. Suppress, and then suppress, apology, and then attractive. Like this person, they don't understand. It's like this person, they're very psychologically stupid. Like they don't understand the appropriate time to apologize, and basically when it's appropriate to apologize. It's like they apologize at the wrong time and they don't apologize when they really should. Like something about them, like they want to be this respected person, but they, like their way of being is so, like I'm hearing pecking order is very important, but instead they feel completely exposed and just and hated by people. Like something, they feel exposed and hated, and it's like, and then they're not, I'm hearing this person has a severe dearth of wisdom. Like they don't, and because of that, like something about their hardwire of how to move forward in a wise manner and what you should and shouldn't do is so corrupted that they're going to end up disgracing themselves. Some of their actions is going to end up disgracing themselves. So that's what I've got. Interesting. All right, pile number 4. Pile 4, come up for your most dastardly enemy. So we've got the Chariot, 3 of Cups, and Judgment. And I get that I'm going to need to get some. Let me shuffle this other deck, and then I can get some joy, conform, and threat. So basically this is joy, conform, or either like they have to feel that they have to conform to some sort of way of being that traps them. I'm hearing this person feels heavily trapped, and sometimes they don't even know what it is by, but it's like they feel this constant threat. Like I'm hearing this person doesn't know their own self, their own kind of who they are. So they don't know their own feelings. Yeah, Ace of Cups, their own feelings. Something about their feeling center is misaligned. They're trapped, just like I thought. The 8 of Swords. So I'm hearing that this is the very big thing. It's like being trapped in their feelings, and trapped almost by a male, if either a male figure or an internalized male figure. It reminds me of somebody who goes through life believing that God is basically in charge of them, but they don't know how to please God. So they're almost like this neurotic person who has to sort of meet the standards of this male figure, figure and success. They almost feel like they have to meet a standard of success, and they're very stuck in this world of things have to be a certain way in order to be accepted. So this person's completely in this world, and they have no spiritual understanding other than the 3D ego physical world, and they don't really have anything much beyond that. They don't have anything much beyond that, and because of that they feel very trapped, and they feel almost like, interesting, I got a shovel and then I've got this hospital, but they feel very, very trapped, and essentially so they feel they're completely in the 3D world. They don't see anything beyond this physical realm other than their spirituality is kind of a punitive god. And I'm hearing they've made a commitment to the wrong things. Like they've made a commitment. Like this person doesn't understand. They truly don't comprehend. This could be a very young soul, like a very kind of stupid soul that's basically lacking the ability to see beyond like the physical realm, like not seeing that, okay, for example, it's not like pay, like getting a job, pay is not everything. The emotional, like the emotional value of something is more important to the pay. They wouldn't understand that. Like there's something in their mind that's so limited and doesn't understand the spiritual elements of it. Like beyond that, and because of that they feel very stuck in their own job. Yeah, merchant and service, they feel, but they don't know why. They're very angry, they're stuck in their own job and not knowing what true like spiritual gifts are, and what true like they don't understand the meaning of almost spiritual words or concepts. I'm hoping to like explain what I'm trying to say, but it's kind of like, yeah, they don't understand. All they see is the physical realm, or if they have any spiritual knowledge, it's a very like limited, like you're born, you go to heaven or hell. Like it's very limited, like you'll go to heaven or hell. Yeah, death upon heaven and hell. They don't have room for nuance, and they just lack, and structures about the whole like how the whole beyond the 3D world. And that in itself is its karma. It's probably why they acted why they did, because they're not making excuses for it, because they're just so limited to their basically their they don't know what their true needs are, or what their detox your friends. So they basically, I'm hearing this person, they tend to like they focus on like money too much, but also the physical plane. Like they could have attached themselves to like a heaven bound religion that's very simple, but it's like they almost blame people, like, and they with the wrong like values and everything, with the wrong essentially the wrong sort of, they get rid of people based on their very limited spiritual scope, is what I'm hearing. They get rid of people based on unlimited ideas. Yeah, they don't have unlimited ideas. They have a very narrow scope, and they're not at all capable of seeing beyond that. They're not. They feel that like they just have they're very simple minded. Like that's what I'm hearing. This person, they may not be like. I'm not saying that their intelligence is subpar, but it kind of is. It's like their intelligence only goes so far, and like they don't understand that, okay, somebody has worth, just even a homeless person has worth just because of who they are, right? Like just because of who they are, well, that person has no worth. Like they very much write people off as having no worth, because if they don't have anything like a successful career or a lot of money or some sort of like something that would be physical in the world, they just basically write them off as just not offering anything. So this person's very just, so what other their karma? What is this karma for this limited person? Let's see, what else? What else is their karma? I think I'm getting one more. Two of Swords. I'm hearing to never see anything, and Six of Swords. Yeah, like to always be in this dark. I'm hearing that like there's sort of this fear of God. Yeah, here, like this fear of God if they're into spirituality, and it's like this yeah. And they're very wrong and never to be corrected in this life. I'm hearing maybe 15 or 17 lifetimes. They're just that. I'm hearing that spiritually immature. Yeah, they're a plant that takes a while to grow. They're definitely a plant that takes a while to grow. And yeah, it's like they're almost an NPC is what I'm hearing. They're almost an NPC, and like, I don't know, like it's like they almost have to go to a 3D reality matrix because that will sustain their consciousness, like a 3D printout Earth that's not this one or something. I don't know. Like their soul will have to go to another dimension that's like more 3D than this one. I don't know if that makes any sense. So that's what we've got. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.